Hey, Don Williams here with today's episode of the Proven Entrepreneur Show. I have a great guest for us today. She comes in from Boston, Massachusetts. Her name is Zulfiya Forsythe, and she is founder and CEO of the O'Modley Group. Welcome to the show, Zulfiya.
Thank you so much for having me, Don.
It's my pleasure. I love Boston. I was just there not too long ago. Got snowed in, canceled my flight, but not because of weather in Boston, because of weather in Dallas-Fort Worth. How strange. And then when I did get to come home, they rerouted us and I got stuck in Memphis for a couple of days. So crazy, but not Boston's fault. Midwest wintertime. So tell us what does O'Modley Group do? What's your superpower? Who do you serve?
Sure, absolutely. We help businesses to buy back their time in their business operations with latest technology. Either we're looking at the AI solutions or we're looking at basically anything to do with their data.
Awesome. And so data analytics,
Yes,
data science.
That's right. So when it comes to either we determine either it's a data analytics or AI solution that's needed to optimize this business operations, put some processes in and visibilities for business owners to scale, to grow, and actually know what's happening with their business, where's their leakage. And, we always want to grow as entrepreneurs, but we need what we track improves. So if we don't have numbers that are out there for us in real time and we just wasting so much time on manual tasks, then, it's really hard to achieve our goals.
And so many times, I've talked with so many entrepreneurs, so many times entrepreneurs are flying a little by the seat of their pants. They're kind of like cowboys in the Old West.
Yes.
And yeehaw, I can do it. But if you have big data, the data may actually be the most valuable asset of the company.
Yes.
Just knowing what insights that data can provide. And typically you got to have a professional do it, or you got to be in that business because it's a very specialized skill. So how long have you been doing it?
Yes. So I've been doing it since 2021. So I've been doing for a while, and data is like a new raw oil. That's what it is. And especially in times of AI, it's so important to have a clean data, reliable data, then also to have not biased data as well that you're making your decisions upon. So you actually have got that clarity.
I totally agree with that. It's like the old garbage in, garbage out.
That's right.
Same. And in fact, my oldest son is a data scientist. And so I wouldn't say I know a lot, but I know a little more than a little
That's awesome.
About data science. Tell me, you started your business in 2021. I remember 2021. We were still in the middle of, I'll just call it the great stay home.
That's right.
In the States, we were all kind of staying home.
Yes.
We weren't staying home as much, maybe in Texas, as you were on the Eastern Seaboard, but still, we did have a little market disruptor during 2020 and 2021. So how brave to start. Tell me how you started your business.
Sure, absolutely. So actually I started in 2020 as a sole entrepreneur, but I'd registered my company in 2021. So I got laid off from COVID as COVID happened.
Yeah.
And I was just, all right, let me try this freelancing. Let me try to see if I can help somebody with my skills, everything that I've learned so far. And I remember still my first client. I applied to a bunch of jobs on Upwork, for example, one of the freelancing sites. And then a couple months later, I got the first person responding to my proposal. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is real. And I was so scared because coming from corporate, you have team, you have managers, you have peers you can go back to ask questions. And here's just persons like, I'm going to pay you money and we want to make sure you actually deliver. And I was like, all right. So basically I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And things needed to be turned out so fast. Like the turnaround time was much rapid. But it turned out well. And I was like, all right, I can do this. I can help people. And I got positive feedback and then I just kept it going. And then I got a full-time job and I still kept it. I went full-time working as an entrepreneur since 2023. So I worked 2 jobs. Like I got a full-time corporate job and I still kept it and still kind of like, learned a lot on my corporate job as well. I worked at the Renal Care Association. So I have a lot of healthcare experience looking at the patient data, treatment data, lots of kind of data. And and then just still kept helping my clients on the side. And then in 2023, went full-time.
What a great strategy for some entrepreneurs are 18 and start in the garage, the tech geniuses of the world. But many others spend some time in corporate, learn great skills, okay, and then launch. And I loved that you shared, hey, I was doing my entrepreneur thing, but it was kind of my side hustle. I had a full-time job. I was paying the bills. I wasn't stressed.
That's right.
And then I'm guessing that when the side hustle out-earned the hustle went away and the side hustle became your main thing.
I was working till 2 o'clock in the morning at that time. It was
It's the grind.
It was the grind. And I just,
Startups, man, they're grinding. They just are.
That's right. And I still value all the experience that my manager was giving me, all my corporate experience. Every time he would tell me, oh, well, whenever you do something, think of on the other person, of the user. How are they looking at the data? What kind of metrics they would like to see? What kind of insights they will, what trying to even take it further, what kind of answers they want to get, out of this, basically out of this reporting that you put together, for example, out of this data you put together and aggregate. What are you trying to solve for them? So I always, every time now I work with a client, it's still kind of all right, now that I teach that to my team members as well, kind of just, all right, put yourself in the shoes of the user. Is this helpful? What kind of pain points is this solving? Is this answering their questions? Or are we just putting numbers on a dashboard per se?
Human interaction 101 is, how do I see it from the other person's point of view?
Yeah.
Everybody cares about their point of view. Nobody really cares about the other person's point of view. And so when you're selling, you're just so far ahead if you can see it from your customer's point of view. It's so much easier to deliver what they want than try and get them to want what you deliver. Just totally night and day. Okay, so congratulations. Coming up on 5 years. Okay. That's kind of a magic number for entrepreneurs. 85% of businesses fail in 5 years. I'm guessing you're going to make it. Tell me about a hard lesson. Tell me about something that happened in the Omadli Group's experience where you're like, that hurt.
Sales. It's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Is that you can help a business to win. That you can make their process efficient. You see it so crystal clear, and still kind of trying to show them that I know I can help you, but let's do this. Let's not wait. Let's not drag our feet, basically. Let's go back your time. Let's go spend your valuable executive time into more strategy, into creativity, into you need to, because as a business owner, sometimes we're strapped, right? No, we can do it all. We're trying to go lean. We're trying to be kind of, smart with their money, but sometimes it's not really smart because we spend a lot of time. I see business owners spend a lot of time in manual processes, manual tasks, manual tracking, manual follow-ups, a lack of follow-up because it's overwhelming. But then when I see this, I was I know I can help you. So you can go and Warren Buffett, for example, what does he do? He reads all day and then he just thinks all day.
He does.
Right?
Yeah.
The best strategists they go out there on the beautiful nature, to engage their creativity, to think of these business ideas, to expand their business. But they need a time to process and reflect. But as a business owner, well, this is too expensive, or, it's okay, I can get by. And then it's just this rat race where saying things, and then you see the pain. Well, my business is not growing, or I'm a bottleneck, or, now, my business is not growing. I'm a bottleneck. I'm spending too much money on overhead cost. And then I have a high turnover from a team that I'm building, also from the customers that I'm having as well.
Just about any time there's a savings in labor, it makes sense to invest, because eventually labor will chew up whatever savings you think you're having by doing it yourself, by doing it manually. So, okay, thank you for sharing that hard lesson. What about a golden nugget, one piece of wisdom about entrepreneurship or data analytics that you could share with our crowd today?
That's a good one. So I think I want to also, so this year, this is what I've noticed, a lot of people started waking up in terms of business adopting AI, and everybody's I want to make sure my business is AI proof. How can I get AI? And then the reality is, when I talk to these businesses, they still operate it's 2012. So sometimes when we look, I'm like, all right, let's talk. Let's look at your processes. That's what we do. We do AI audit. And because I have a data background, I also say, well, you know what? You don't need AI. This is just pure reporting automation, or this is just workflow automation, for example. You don't need to spend money on AI yet, and we need to clean up your data. We need to put data infrastructure. So you don't take your notes somewhere on yellow pads, or keep all how you, for example, how you do your inventory management, everything in your head that you cannot scale and pass it on to someone else, for example, just because, and then multiple teams just don't have SOP processes, nothing's documented. So let's move you into that path for success, and let's put things in order for you. Let's keep the organization, like let's organize your business operations basically, and then move to AI together.
I love that. And so let me just put those in a little different words. Maybe you need to build a proper foundation with your data processes
That's right.
before you build AI on top of that.
That's right.
If you build it on the dirt, it's probably not going to be accurate and you're going to be unsatisfied. And AI is evolving so rapidly that it pays to be sure that you're doing it right, because you can really go down a rabbit hole that you don't want to go. Okay. Toughest question I'll ask you. Okay. I'm going to put you in a time machine. I'm going to send you back, and I'm going to introduce you to your 20-year-old self.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you were in college or backpacking across Europe or in the merchant marine. I don't know what you were doing when you were 20, but you're going to get about 60 seconds to share something you know today you wished you knew then that would have helped you along your path. Okay, so I gave you a little time to think there. Into the time machine you go. Zulfiya, meet Zulfiya. What would you say?
I would say believe in yourself, and the ideas that you have, just try them. Just whatever the ideas, if you want to create a certain type of business or service, try it small. Start somewhere. Don't doubt yourself, and don't ask for permission of someone telling you, yeah, this is a great idea, you should go do it. And just do it. What if you want to, I don't know, if you want to bake something and sell it to others, if you're really passionate about the food, or if you want to do data analytics, go help businesses and like put this data together and help them to get the clarity on their business. Or if you want to launch a jewelry, go do that. Like if you're passionate about that, and then just something small that you don't need to take permission from someone else to go do that. And then it's okay to fail.
I love that. And so it all starts with mindset. Learn something new, act on it, go do something, and then realize, and some entrepreneurs kind of have a perfection mindset.
Yeah.
Okay, which makes it hard for them to accept failure. But truthfully, failure is not the opposite of success. It is, in fact, part of the success journey. And what I've found, about 150 interviews so far, is that the big successes followed a big failure. Little successes followed little failures.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you add them together, it all evens out.
Yeah. It's endurance. It's like sports. When you go out there, and then how much pain can you endure is how far you can go.
Yeah. Don't quit. Keep going.
Yes.
Okay, Zulfiya, how would we reach out to you? How would we reach out to Omadly Group?
Absolutely. So you can find me at Zulfiya Forsythe at omadlygroup.com. And then you can also find me on LinkedIn at Zulfiya Forsythe, or Instagram. I share daily on tips and tricks on AI and solutions. And actually, if you want to message me and say like AI, I would know that you come from this podcast. Say like Don AI. That I know that you're coming from this podcast, and then I will share with you just a quick AI assistant that I have for you.
Love that. Zulfiya, thank you so much. It's been my pleasure to host you on the Proven Entrepreneur Show.
Thank you.